Welcome to the first episode of the Storyteller Studio podcast. I go by the host, T. Hims. I'm here with my other two co-hosts. Introduce yourself.
I am Philly Streets. That is what I go by. Nice to meet you all out there. Enjoy the show, please. Cheers, by the way.
And who we got to the left of us, man? Introduce yourself to the
I
people.
go by Ed.
Yes,
Our
sir.
first episode.
Welcome.
I see.
I'm ready to
He
dive
is
right
ready.
into
Yes.
it.
He is ready to get right into it. I'm
Yes.
not even
I
mad
ain't
at
even
you for
care
that.
about my name. I ain't even like you was gonna figure it out after a while.
You
I
can
ain't
figure
gonna
out during the show.
y'all
Them
gonna
that
figure
said
us
that was
out.
my name. You gonna figure it out.
All right, man. Make sure y'all like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast right now on YouTube, The Storyteller Studio. Follow us on Follow us on social media. I'll give y'all handles out to the people.
I don't remember my IG right now. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that at a later time.
For sure.
So yeah.
You can catch me on Twitter, special ed _91. I don't got really an Instagram right now. Facebook Ed Davis. That's that. I don't do too much on the social media.
All right, man, let's get right into it, man. NBA free agency talk. It has been going crazy these last few days,
Yeah, a
man.
little bonkers.
Yes, a lot of our
bonkers.
favorite players throughout the league been getting moved around. A lot of teams in the West and East will be changing up as usual. It's been about $2 billion been given out these last few days. It's crazy, man. I need to get a 10-day or something.
Facts.
For real.
Quick question: do we think anybody got overpaid?
I think Miles Turner got overpaid.
He definitely got overpaid.
Because he underachieved in these finals.
The
man.
man's was, you know what, I'm
What he's getting like around 25?
25, 30,
a little bit,
right?
probably like 25 to 27.
That's
Because
too
he
much,
got
bro.
about a $107 million contract.
That's
from
wild.
Milwaukee.
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
Year joint.
Yeah, they gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
literally. They definitely gonna figure
I
it
mean,
out.
They gonna figure it out.
And
man.
then you gotta look at it like this: they moved on from Dame, they moved on from Brook Lopez. He's in LA now, so it's like
They just basically-
they had to get somebody to be their center to fit into the complex of their team, and then they paid Bobby Portis too. So, I mean, if you're gonna keep Giannis, it's like, all right, we're gonna try and get somebody that just went on a finals run,
Right.
And Miles did have a decent season, but he just underachieved against an OKC team that just was better overall. So,
Man, I'm gonna keep it a bean. The man sold me so much on FanDuel. I'm
man,
done.
yeah, he smoked a lot
That
of
man,
parlays.
look,
man.
I'm gonna say
Miles,
this. I'm gonna say this to the camera.
We at you, bro.
Miles Turner, you are on the bet list for life.
Absolutely.
Never again, sir. You can't get 3 rebounds. That is a shame. And you're 6'11", maybe 7 feet. I don't know, but I'm sorry. My bad. I just had to get that out real quick.
That's why I stopped betting. To begin with.
Yeah, man.
See,
Shout out to DraftKings. The crown is always yours.
I ain't gonna lie.
Miles, you tripped
DraftKings,
out.
Hey,
DraftKings,
somebody lose
I love
your
y'all.
ticket, it really
Man.
change your whole view of that person.
Literally.
You
FanDuel,
start-
y'all
you
out here
start looking
scamming.
at dude talking
For
about his
real.
family and shit, man, fuck his kids.
Man, you DMing
Like,
somebody
fuck his
like
grandma, like you.
It'd be
fuck
wild.
this
I
nigga,
needed
fuck
2 more
everything about
points for
this nigga,
25.
fuck,
Like,
Bro, I'm purchasing the tickets. I will be in your city.
Y'all know
I'm
who
taking
my,
a red
you know
eye.
who my
Stop
favorite
playing.
dude like Trey Young, bro. He used to piss.
Oh, yeah,
me
Trey smoked a
off,
lot of
bro.
He
parlays
did.
this year,
He
bro.
did. He
Little
did.
fucking
Lot of
popsicle
parlays.
stick, little hairy popsicle stick. Bro, like, that man, I
I'm
used to be like,
crying,
man, just-
bro.
And he cold as fuck.
He
Don't
is.
get me
Trey
twisted.
is cold, man.
But it's like, damn, bitch, every time I take you for something, like you just don't want to do
No,
nothing today.
no. The worst
Hey,
one.
Trey.
Hey,
We
Trey,
at you,
look, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I
I
did.
fuck with you, Trey.
Hey,
but
no, we
respectfully.
rock with
When
you.
it come
but
to
bro,
my tickets, I did not like you,
my
dude.
tickets,
I
bro.
need my
I took
25
live
and
bets
10
on
every
you, bro,
time.
and you was just
I used to real life want to find you in Atlanta, bro. Like,
should have
just
hopped on the
shoot
red
for
eye.
one. Like, just
Hey,
like,
hopped
hey,
on the
bro.
red eye. We
Hey,
there.
come meet me in this alley,
Pull
bro.
up.
Like, we gotta fight,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Like,
Yeah, we gotta throw
gotta
hands.
get
get
a fair one
36,000
in.
assists every night, but tonight you
Facts.
want to get 3.
You
Man,
wanna-
Check it
lead
out,
the
bro.
league in assists. Like you
Check
can't
it
get
out.
3 more assists for me in a
crazy
quarter,
work.
2 quarters. All right, my bad.
Let's
Yeah,
get into
man,
free
let's
agency.
get right into
Yeah,
it,
let's-
man.
yeah,
let's
let's
get
get
into
to it, let's
our
get to it, let's get to
hometown
it.
team, the Chicago Bulls, man. These guys, I don't know what they doing, man. Whew. We gonna pray for them. But anyway,
They had some drugs,
it was a
man.
trade that went down last Sunday. Lonzo Ball is now a Cleveland Cavalier. He will be teaming up with Donovan Spider Mitchell and Garland and Mobley and them guys. He was traded for Isaac Okoro. Lonzo just had recently got a $20 million extension right before the regular season started.
I mean,
So
we kind
they'll
of
be
knew that
moving-
was trade bait.
Yeah,
Yeah, thing. They was
it
keeping
was,
him to
yeah,
trade him type
Definitely.
shit.
So
definitely, for
the
sure.
Bulls will be getting Isaac Okoro. Guy, he's been in the league for a few years now. He's a 3-and-D sharpshooter, shooting about 39% from 3. Much up, I would say, at the small forward position, the Bulls definitely needed this move because They don't have nothing. They got Patrick Williams right now. I don't know. He's trash. They paying him $90 million for what? Like,
That's wild.
Bro,
I still
it is
can't believe
nasty
that,
work
yo.
right now, paying him all that money.
Diabolical, actually.
And Okoro,
They could pay me to do it.
man,
Yeah.
I could play small
What he do.
forward.
And I got
Right, for real.
And I done been shot. I could do what he doing, and I done been shot, bro. Like this man, he work out for a living. He do this.
Yeah,
for
everything.
He don't even be
Multi-million
attempting to
dollar,
shoot. Like,
you know.
it's crazy.
and I can go out there and do what he do. Like
But what's y'all thoughts on this Lonzo Ball move, man? Do you think it was well needed for contractual wise or for
I
Cleveland?
mean,
What you think?
in my opinion, I think it was a good move.
For sure.
You got Okoro. He's a good defender, perimeter defender. He could guard most definitely 1 through 3, possibly 1 through 4. Like, but that after losing Caruso, I think you kind of need that type of grit guy. And Okoro, he'll give you that. With how Giddey plays and how Kobe White plays as well, you need somebody that'll slash, get up underneath them. Like how Ronnie Brewer used to. I don't want to say of a sort, but yeah. He could shoot. He could shoot a lot better than him. He's
Definitely.
I think he's a 36% career 3-point shooter.
About 30, 35,
35, 36, yeah.
But if you think about it, he started from 27, 28%, and then he jumped up to 37%. So it's like you can just like Giddey coming out of OKC. His numbers weren't the best, but last year his 3-point shooting percentage most definitely jumped. His overall shooting percentage
game.
So
absolutely.
I think you give that a chance. Like in my opinion. Because defensively, you know what you're going to get out of him.
Definitely.
Now, as you could work on that offense, everybody get some continuity going, and maybe them shots start falling for him a lot better than they did in Cleveland. So
I agree with that.
Lonzo on the other end, with Garland always something always.
Yeah,
wrong
he
with
always
Garland.
injured.
I fuck with his game. I think he's a really good basketball player. I think he's a really good one of the better point guards in the league. I'm not gonna say one of like top this or top that, but
he's been an all-star, throughout his
he's
career.
one of the better guards in the league.
He's
though,
serviceable for sure. Definitely.
But it's like you're serviceable when you're available, and how often are you available? So what Cleveland needs to see is more of him in uniform than on the court cheering.
Absolutely.
I mean, on the sidelines cheering. So Lonzo too, though. Like you trading, it's really a low risk.
He's been hurt for the last 3-4 years, man.
Yeah,
so
it's really a low risk contract that you're taking on. But if you
Right.
can get something out of that, it's a lot that you can get out of Lonzo. Like you've seen what he could do last year in the small spurts that he played before they like had him restricted out. So it's like if he can amp that up this season and actually play the same way that he was last season when he came back, I think it would be pretty good for them as well. I think it'd be a pretty fair trade each way. What do you think?
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually haven't talked to any of my basketball friends about this, but they're going to disagree with this, and I don't really care. Okoro was a good pickup for the Bulls.
Absolutely.
This was a good trade for the Bulls.
Absolutely.
You get rid of Lonzo. I know that was tough, but that was going to happen anyway. My man said, Ed said, he said that was trade bait. That's why they did that. Signed him to that deal. They knew they was going to move him. You know what I'm saying? That was going to happen. You just needed to find the right trade partner, which they did with Cleveland. Yeah. You get a guy in Okoro, which I've seen. They're in our division, so we've seen them play. We played them a lot. Okoro has always played good against the Bulls.
Always.
Every time we play them, this man has killed us. So I'm sure they looked at it like, hey, you want to make that trade? Boom. Okoro's a guy, like you said, 36, 35% from three, right?
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s, that's solid,
Mid-30s.
and he's a solid defender. You know what I mean? Like you said it. 1 through 3, 1 through 4.
Look up his number.
You know what I'm saying?
I know Giddey came in shooting around like 34,
Yeah,
35.
Giddey went crazy
Giddey was
this
like,
year.
what,
Crazy
31,
on Giddey.
32?
About like low 30s.
Low 30s, you know what I'm saying? He jumped up. So I look at it like this. Okoro is a guy, intangibles, solid 3-point shooting, good defender. He's a guy that you need on your team. Doesn't matter if you're a playoff contender or whatever. He's a guy that can come right in. He knows his role. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a decent locker room guy. I don't know. But from what I've seen, just him playing and everything like that, good guy to have on your team. So I actually applaud what the Bulls have done with this trade with Lonzo. That's my personal opinion.
Absolutely. To piggyback off what y'all said, man, the Bulls obviously going to save, $20 million, even though they're going to pay Lonzo the rest of his bread or whatever. But with that 20, I think they need to, make a couple more moves as well. I would say, i.e., go grab Jonathan Kuminga from the Golden State Warriors. That's really the piece I want them to grab before, it's all said and done.
Man,
probably
I love
move
for them to go
around.
to Kuminga, man.
you
I
said
would
what?
love for them to
Yeah,
go to
Yes.
Kuminga,
probably
man.
also move Nikola Vucevic if you can,
Yeah.
and maybe Patrick Williams as well. Shed his contract
At
and
this
put a
point, buy that
first round pick.
motherfucker out.
Yeah, he's
Buy him out.
gone. You
At
gotta
this
him
point,
go.
out.
buy him the
Yep,
fuck
buy
out.
him
I'm
out.
so tired of Vooch.
Put
I
him
never,
on a plane, bro.
honest to God, I never wanted Vooch to get on the team when they traded for him. Like,
Yeah.
fucking why? Like,
But you
Yeah.
gotta realize at the time we got Vooch, he was a 2-time All-Star, so he was
That's
The
serviceable.
value and
That's
his value
cool,
His
is high,
value
like-
was
It's
high
like-
at the time.
I don't
so-
know. It's like anybody
Yeah.
with a brain at that point could see what Laurie was about to be.
Yeah.
And anybody
I
with
agree.
half
Yeah.
a sense can
Shout out to
see
Laurie.
like
I agree.
Wendell was
Shout out to
going
Laurie
to be
marketing.
serviceable
Yeah,
too.
we miss
so it's
you in
like
the shop, bro.
Definitely miss you in Chicago.
when you trade Wendell for him and
Yup.
do all
Yeah.
that, now you lose Laurie too in the process because now
Absolutely.
Laurie feel like he sees what's unfolding. He's like, I'm not
Definitely.
gonna sit here for
I'm
this
gone.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Like,
Now he's in Utah killing, you know,
Yeah.
and he got
and all he needed was
young guys with
all
him.
he needed was a couple healthy fucking seasons.
That's
And
it.
Shorty started showing
Absolutely.
his ass, and that's how I feel like. All right, when Lonzo did go down, how you go down, you still
Mm-hmm.
got them other two. I think you could kind of live with that shit, like how
Yeah.
Lonzo go down because now you got a Laurie out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Laurie gonna hold you.
Yeah,
he
Laurie,
gonna-
man.
He gonna
Laurie
hold you
was
close.
serviceable.
he gonna
You feel
hit,
me?
he was hitting them boards for us. I really ain't paid
was.
attention what the fuck he doing in Utah. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he
Besides-
just been out of sight, out of mind.
besides when I was,
like,
when
for
I,
real.
when I was betting on the
He
nigga,
just kind of
It's
going with
Utah,
the
bro.
motions
Like,
of
when I was
Utah.
betting on that nigga,
We
I
don't
was
really
taking him
watch
for 2
Utah
threes
like
and
that.
like 20 points, and he used to cash for me. I
Yeah.
never really thought about the
Yeah,
rebound.
he a 20
but I
and
know
10
with the
guy for
Bulls,
sure.
he
You was smart.
I knew he was
Because
hitting them boards.
his rebounds,
Yeah.
don't lie.
He was getting you
with the
20 and
Bears-
10.
I mean, with the
For
Bulls,
sure.
he was hitting them boards. So
Yeah, he
that's,
was.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's all I can say about that. But
Definitely. But yeah, man, we gonna move right on to the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Surprisingly, they have waived Damian Lillard, which is crazy.
wild.
I didn't think
I
they
didn't
was
see
gonna
that
do that.
coming.
donkeys
yo.
of the decade,
Man,
all the way
that
around.
was
Seriously,
a jackass
what is
move.
y'all
How do you
doing?
waive your second best player? Like,
I mean,
Dame
I'm
Dollar,
not
all
knocking
people-
the wave.
Yeah.
And this is just my little take. I'm not
Yeah.
knocking the wave because you should have never traded for him to fucking begin with.
Absolutely.
I agree
He never
1,000%.
fitted in. He never
He
fit
never
with the
fit in
Bucks.
with that
So
system.
now
terrible.
you got to pay this man 20-something M's for the next what,
5
5
years.
Still owe him that bread.
because
Yup.
y'all
And-
stupid as shit.
And
Like,
he can go join a contender right now.
Right
So
now.
He
For
could
the
be
low.
with OKC by February. Let's not get
I've
it.
actually, I don't know if y'all
It's
seen
crazy.
it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Golden State. That's
Yeah.
my.
I was just about
I
to
just
say.
want to
Boston,
say.
too.
I just want to say. Golden State is my second favorite
I think
team.
him,
The
Jimmy,
Celtics as well.
I
Golden
think
State
him,
called
Jimmy,
it, like, yo,
and
come
Steph
on.
will be real disgusting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That'd be unfair.
Must
low-key.
see TV and Jimmy with them
And then,
too.
hey, Warriors, come get Vucevic, bitch, like for real. Like,
Yeah,
they- It's the. I really believe it's the Bulls.
They
I
just
believe
like
it's the
get
Bulls. I
Vooch,
swear I
bro.
believe it's
Like,
the Bulls.
They
damn,
just
bro,
moved on
what
from
y'all
Kayvon
want
Right,
Looney.
exactly.
So Kayvon
Y'all
Looney
can
is
have
now
him,
in New
bro.
Orleans, so y'all could get Vooch.
What
You know,
else
match
do
the
y'all
contract.
need, though?
Just,
What
take-
do y'all
just
need?
give us a bag of chips for him, bro. Seriously,
damn.
and
Yeah.
a great pop, bro.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
And y'all
and
can
a
have
pack
him.
of backwoods, so he gone.
I'm crying.
We
bro.
out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
tired of this man.
Oh
But
my
let's piggyback on the Dame Lillard, man. Dame Dollar, he is now a free agent. You know, he's rehabbing his Achilles, and you know he dealt with the blood clots injury over the season. I think Dame tried to rush himself back to play too quick, and now he, you know,
I think they
he
rushed
messed
him
his
back.
career up. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
I
definitely.
think they
management
rushed him
definitely
back.
rushed
I'm,
him.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
In my opinion, I feel like they was like, man, we invested a lot in you, dude.
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
you gotta get back out there like some type of way, some way fast. And,
Right.
and I think that's what did it to him.
And he wasn't healthy. He was trying.
then-
Blood
I ain't gonna
clots
lie,
is a serious
that's a
injury,
very
bro.
serious
Like,
thing.
I keep
Yeah.
telling people, ever since I seen that, you remember that kid? What's his name? John Henson. I think he
Henson,
went
yeah,
to
Yeah,
I
I
remember
know
John.
that
Henson.
incident.
He used
I
to play
think
with
the
Bucks.
jewelry store with
Yeah.
the police. I never liked Milwaukee after that. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie to
me
you. I
neither.
never, as a city, I was a
But
kid
you
down
know-
there when that happened. I'm just like, I don't like these people, bro. Like, and
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck.
They
Like
really
I
don't.
keep saying, they got Giannis
the truth,
that ring.
Yep.
And they grabbed Dame just to sell more seats so people
And
wouldn't
you
get
gotta-
bored. They knew they weren't gonna win with
Yeah.
Dame.
And you gotta
fuck
look at
that.
it like
There's
this.
no way you
They
can
was
look.
just
You
trying
can,
to keep him there.
yeah, there's no
That's
way you
all
can look
it
at how that
was.
team was
Yep.
constructed and tell
Yeah.
me this is a winning squad.
absolutely.
And then you go fire Bud and
Stupid
replace
move.
him
That
with
was dumb.
Adrian and replace him with Adrian Griffin.
And then
Now, you're not
replace him
doing
with
bad
Doc
with Griffin.
Rivers, of
You're
all
not doing
people.
bad with him,
Like-
and then you go fire him for Doc.
The worst coach in the
I
in
just,
any
I just,
situation.
okay,
Like,
I just want to give a take.
come on now.
Okay, I just want to say my take. Doc Rivers, I know you from the crib. You from Maywood. I
Yeah,
know
you
all
from
of
the
that.
Shives.
I understand.
I
That.
could give a fuck.
I'm,
Right.
I was trying to be
Fuck
modest,
no Doc
but
Rivers,
you
man.
know, if we on that type of time,
We
on
ain't
that type of
claiming
time.
your ass.
Right.
But this is what I will say. Adrian Griffin got a raw deal.
Absolutely.
and
They did him
Milwaukee
dirty.
because he was actually
Bro,
he was coaching.
They
his
was
ass
30
off.
and
Yeah,
21.
that's what I'm saying.
Right
They was
before
decent.
the All-Star break.
Wasn't they like the top
They
team?
were the second
They were the
team in
second
the East,
best
behind
team in the East.
Boston.
That's wild.
Let me see Adrian
They
Griffin.
were 30 and 21 before, like, few games, maybe like a month before the trade deadline and All-Star weekend.
Like
bro.
he had them playing, bro.
Bro, he had Giannis locked in, bro. All those guys, Bobby Portis, Lopez,
No, bro, they was 30 and 13.
30
bro.
See
and
that?
13 at the time.
That's crazy. See
Like-
what I'm saying? Why do you
Yeah.
do
Like
that?
what? How do you fire a coach?
A
Y'all
few,
up?
they were games above 500.
But you know what? Look, I'm gonna say Giannis.
crazy.
Come on. Come on.
Giannis
man.
will
Come
take
on
you
down
there,
to
man.
94, bro.
I ain't
Come
gonna,
on.
I ain't gonna
Stop
lie to you,
playing.
bro. We can't afford
Giannis
that
ain't
nigga,
coming
bro.
here, man.
I know he not, but
He's
you
trying
know,
to be in a
it's a
big
pipe
market.
dream. It's a
Yeah.
pipe
I
dream.
ain't gonna lie. We have to
Absolutely.
trade everything.
The whole
and
We have to
team.
get a whole
everything
team
and
up.
First
everybody.
round
And we a
picks.
bigger market than them, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
But this is Giannis. You know, it's Giannis.
you,
This is like
the
you know
whole
what
bench,
absolutely.
the whole future.
We could trade Billy Donovan too.
I mean? Literally
Forget
the
about
next
it.
5 like years
Get
of
him out of here.
3
draft
Popeyes
picks.
franchises.
I'm
like
crying.
you gonna have
Chick-fil-A?
to yeah, you gonna have to
Man.
liquidate a lot of shit to go get
Real
to go
talk.
get Giannis, man.
Yeah,
and
The
it,
contracts
for real.
definitely got to match.
and me
for
personally,
sure.
do I think he's worth it? Yes.
He is.
I do think he's worth it. It's just, are you gonna pull that trigger though? Do you have the balls to go pull that trigger as a
And not
GM?
only that, are you going to surround him with the quality pieces for
that he
him to
needs.
compete?
Yeah, for real.
Man, 'cause
That's
you're gonna
what
lose
it
a lot.
is.
You
Yeah,
know,
because you're gonna have to sell him.
You're gonna
that
lose a lot once
to
you try to
even
go
get
to-
him to even think of
So
coming here.
And I think with them trying to still rebuild what they're doing, they're not even. I don't even call it rebuilding. Honestly, I call it retooling.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
retooling
With them
right now for sure.
steady trying to retool and all right, let's put this piece here and put that piece
Right.
here, trying to figure out the puzzle. I don't think you go do that type of.
I feel like
it's gonna be a too big of a shift on the on what you're trying to do. And
I
so,
feel they should bring Drew Holiday back, man, because that was Giannis's guy. Like when they won that
Yeah.
championship
I was
in
shocked they didn't
2021,
bring him back.
they never should have got rid of him. Let's
No,
be honest,
they
bro.
should
Drew
never
is
got rid of him.
I
Drew
don't-
is one of the greatest
I fuck
defending
with Drew,
guards,
but I don't
two-way
see Drew
players.
going there. I
Yeah.
fuck with Drew, but I don't see him.
Yeah,
I
he
see
ain't
him
gonna go
going
there.
to like a Sacramento.
Nah, he gonna
Hey,
go to a
Nah,
contender.
no, he's going to.
I
Because
mean,
he still,
honestly-
He
he
could
still,
really go to the
he still got
Pacers.
some
Honestly,
left, low key.
Because the Pacers could use him right now.
People,
I agree.
With
people
Halliburton
sleep on
being
the
hurt,
fact
yeah.
that people sleep on the fact that you got to think of when DeMar and Zach was playing at their highest. They just need a real fucking point guard
Yeah,
to
they
distribute
didn't have
that
a
bitch
guard
to
at
their
all.
ass. Like you can't let those two think for themselves on the court. You got to
Absolutely.
take
I
Dodo
agree.
and Dum Dum, and
Yeah.
you gotta, hey, be here, hey man,
Mm-hmm.
bop bop. And that's how it's gonna work with them. You can't let them two niggas just run the show though because
Because
it's
you see what happened.
yeah, it's just a
You
bunch
see
of
it-
jack
you
shots at
see
that
it,
point.
Exactly.
Yeah, but definitely, man, we gonna see what happens with Dame and see what team he ends up going to. I think Minnesota would be the perfect situation for him, me personally, because I think him going there, you know, he could. Mike Conley, to me, he's washed at this point. I think
I agree.
Dame, they lineup could easily be like this: Dame, Ant-Man. You put Jaden Daniels at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and Rudy at the 5, and then you got Nas Reed being a 6-man. So that would be a perfect situation. And you still got Dante
Got my boy
DiVincenzo
Dante,
there.
yep, that's my boy
You know,
Dante
he's
coming on.
he's a sniper at any moment. But we gonna get right into this Kevin Durant trade, man. KD is now a Houston Rocket, man. Going back to his Texas roots, if any of y'all know Kevin Durant, you know, he played college ball at Texas. You know, getting back no sales tax. I know he's happy about that because, man, you could say your player
Sales
for
tax,
real.
facts, for real.
Shout out to all my Houston people. But KD was traded for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. And now he will be retooled with a young coach in Ime Udoka who has championship experience. You know, he coached the Boston Celtics back in 2022. Led a young Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to the finals, even though they lost to the Golden State Warriors that year. But Ime Udoka, he's looking like a Coach of the Year candidate, getting KD, you know, aligning him with Fred VanVleet, one of my favorite young guys right now, and Amin Thompson,
Rockford's
Alperen
finest.
Sengun, who was an
Shout that
all-star.
out.
Shout out to Amin, man.
Shout out to Rockford.
He's cold. Definitely. And they just got
do that.
Dorian Finney-Smith from the Lakers. I'm mad about that. So, but what's y'all thoughts, man?
I'm sorry. We
talking
got our
about-
own thing over
They
here.
talking about shout out to Rock.
I was trolling low key. You know, I was definitely
Rock
trolling.
cool, man. Fred,
Yeah.
you cool, man.
No,
Shout
no,
out to
Fred,
Fred,
cool.
man.
Real
Fred,
talk.
you cool.
I've been a fan of Fred for a minute, but
Yeah, I lit up in Rockford for about a year, so I was just want to shout him out real
I've
quick.
been out there for like doing that too. So
man,
Yeah, we're just
you
gonna
know,
leave that alone. We're not gonna get off
it's
topic.
over.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
Hey,
but,
look, we're gonna talk about that after.
that
but
trade.
what's
off
y'all
camera.
thoughts on KD, man?
I honestly,
KD and Houston.
ahead.
I honestly thought that was a good trade. You look at what Houston was missing in that playoff run. Yes, well, it wasn't even really a run, but you looked
Yeah.
at what they
Yeah,
was
series
missing in that
against the Warriors.
series,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it was some consistency. Like
A closer.
yeah, like and that too, but really more of anything consistency. They were right there. Every
They were.
game.
They won
were-
7 games
Like,
with
they
Golden
was right
State.
there.
Actually,
but it's
I
like-
enjoyed that series a lot.
Like,
Very
it
one
was-
of the best.
I'm like, damn, if you could find somebody that can actually keep up with these motherfuckers, it could be a wrap real
Man.
quick. Like it could have been
I agree.
Burrito in 5, like maybe
Absolutely.
6 to be modest, but in 5, like the way that they were playing. A man doesn't have a jump shot like that, but you know that going in, like that's your grit guy. He's your super freakishly athletic grit guy, like. And I'm cool with I would max him the fuck out. I wouldn't care because you're getting a lot from him. You may not
Exactly.
have a Steph Curry jumper, but fuck, you get a lot from this man.
Real talk.
And it's like y'all paid Jalen Green, and he was just like
He
So
just was there.
inconsistent.
Like,
he had that
he was
38-point
there.
game in that
And
series, and
he
then he just
managed.
fucking disappeared.
That
And
was
it's
it.
like,
And consistency, but
it's
he's
like,
been
nah.
showing that though.
Yeah.
He's been like that.
yeah, his whole time he's been in Houston. So it's like,
yeah, it's too much running around with that bitch Drea, you know, like you know.
oh yeah, he locked in on
Definitely.
the wrong shit right. Shout out to Drea though.
I mean,
She better. I ain't
you
gonna
may
lie.
not like him, man.
We gonna definitely give her
respectfully.
flowers.
It's a time and a place for everything, man.
You gotta
And-
lock in.
But that's the thing between a boy and a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
But then her being older, you supposed to be keeping your man on.
Yeah,
on
you gotta
facts.
be on point.
Hey, but once again, women like her only think about the bag. He got the
real talk.
bag
He
already.
got it.
So at the end of the day, in his head, we good.
Yeah.
We straight. You got your little mini duffel bag, and I got this big dumbass retarded bag.
Don't they got
we good.
Don't they got a kid together?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
they
they
got
got
a
a little
baby,
shorty.
yeah.
Okay, that's why I was
Absolutely.
Like the fact
Yeah,
that
that's even
Bro,
the
like
fact that-
24 years old.
the fact that your
wild.
baby daddy and your son
He
the
ain't
same
even in
age,
his prime yet. Like, yeah,
That's
she like
right.
40.
That's right. That's you.
Early
right.
40s at
The
that.
fact
Her
that-
son and him
the
are
fact that
they
your
the
son
same
and your
age.
baby
That's
daddy the
why I
same age is
forgot
blasphemous to me, bro.
Yo,
That's crazy.
that
work,
is
bro.
wild.
Like I got,
That's
I got
crazy.
kids in their teens right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm approaching 18. There's no way in hell, G, I'm finna go fuck with like
you gotta
when
be-
my
we
daughter.
not doing that.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
my daughter
We're-
turned 21 and
Yeah,
all
we're
this.
definitely not
like, be
doing
fucking
that.
with a
Nor do
21-year-old,
we
like,
condone any of
yeah,
that.
Yeah, like,
Just want to say that, people.
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right this. I mind my business.
Stay out the
if
way.
that's you, but
Stay out the way.
Be smooth.
don't be fucking up my tickets and because you
Facts.
out here.
No.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Shorty was flossing it though, man.
Yeah, she was.
She was. She was.
For the
Yeah.
Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Whooping out.
Absolutely.
Hey, facts. This is what I will say. Shout out to the Rockets, man. They actually not just getting KD. I don't want to get off topic, but they've done what they've been doing
Tremendous
lately.
work.
They
Tremendous
have
work.
done a really good job to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm definitely going to some Rockets games this year. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
lie.
not just loud when they play the Bulls.
KD going to the Rockets, that was a great situation.
Perfect.
To me personally, this
I
is
wanted him to go to
KD's
the
last
Spurs. I
stop.
damn near was
Yeah.
gonna move to San Antonio.
Man,
ain't
I
gonna
thought
lie
he
to
I
you.
was going to the
I'm not
Spurs
gonna
at
lie.
first.
I was thinking that too.
If he
Like
linked
I
with
knew he was
Wemby,
going to Texas.
But
I just didn't know what team.
honest to God,
Man.
that Houston trade is a good.
It's a
good
perfect
move.
situation.
Now, do I think they win a ring? No, I think it's
not
a
out the
stretch.
gate. They
But-
need maybe one more piece.
But
I agree.
they
they
fake
right
loaded.
there, bro.
They fake loaded.
They there.
though.
They there.
KD really only got to worry about for the first time in like 5, maybe
gotta
7 years. He only got to worry about
Just hoop.
scoring.
Just hoop. That's it.
You got motherfuckers that could defend.
Get back to being a
You
Golden
got
State
motherfuckers that
guy.
can
Like,
rebound. Like you can actually do it like how you was trying to do in Brooklyn. Like,
And they got a
you in
bench.
a better
They do got a
situation.
bench,
Then you
yeah.
got Sengun that's like your.
they have a bench, bro.
You got your Sengun.
then-
He's like
and
your
then look,
you
we
like
talked about
utility guy.
Because you
bro.
gotta
And they
look
got-
at the guys
and then,
they
and you know
have.
they picked up Capella.
Yeah, they got
to
Capella
back up
too.
I'm not.
Well, they
gonna
just
lie.
got him to
He's
back
like
up
all like-
Sengun. You got
Yeah, he's just a backup.
I don't give a fuck about the
Clint Capella been washed for like the last 7
No,
years.
he has.
bro.
Facts.
Honest
He
to
had-
God,
damn,
when I
7 years
said,
is
do y'all
crazy.
see anybody got overpaid?
Trey Young done overwhooped him, bro.
I ain't
Like,
gonna lie,
it's
when I
like-
brought up the overpaid shit, I was hoping y'all brought him up first. I ain't
yeah.
gonna hold you, folks.
But also, not only did they
I should
get,
have said something because I was definitely thinking about it.
Cause
not
gonna
only
lie.
did they pick up Clint Capella, they got my guy Dorian Finney-Smith. Man, they paid him.
That was a
for
really good
$40
pickup.
some
Now,
dollars.
That was a
That
good
was
pickup.
a
That was a
savior
good
right there.
pickup. Yes, that was a
Absolutely.
good pickup.
What about
for sure.
Aiden to the Lakers? What y'all think about that?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I like it.
I'm a Lakers fan, but it was a serviceable move because if
I
they
just
could have
think
kept
that, I
Anthony
just think
Davis,
you ain't
bro.
going nowhere
Like,
as long as you got Bron playing
yeah,
defense 30% of the game.
yeah,
And-
it's a wrap, bro.
And like he's really only there to get his stats up to for whatever his reason is.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking no man that make it this far in his career trying
Right.
to get his stats up and shit. I can't knock the shit.
yeah,
But at some point, like if you're trying to be a winning organization, do you be like, all right, man, we got to cut the shit?
do
Like,
y'all feel that LeBron should have took a pay cut to improve this roster?
Oh, most definitely. I think he should have opted
for
out
sure.
and took a
I
pay.
agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Honestly,
He done made all his
honestly,
money
money,
already.
He got
money ain't
all-
a thing.
you know what I mean?
Money
Yeah.
ain't a thing to him.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
he got like $1 billion fucking contract.
Yeah,
with,
he a millionaire.
So yeah, like it money ain't a thing to him. So like,
And then
I don't know. Like
The
maybe
Lakers,
that 50
I don't-
million
I just-
they just
I just
sold
don't know
$10
what they're
billion
doing.
too. So I
Yeah.
he probably like, well, let me get this guaranteed money. I ain't gonna opt out, or I'm gonna just get this 50 million.
Yeah.
Luka here, and if we could get somebody else in between time, he like, all right, well, cool. I probably got 1 year left, but it's
At
like,
this point, though,
go ahead, yeah.
what can you do?
It's
what's
crazy,
more
man.
important, the ring?
Right.
He just chasing his stats right now, bro. He's stat chasing.
Right here. Shit.
No facts, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, come in on the combo, bro.
For real.
We got a ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come Papa Squad,
Oh
man.
man.
Come join the gang, man.
But we gonna move right along,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
we
we're
gonna
moving
get
on.
into
We're
some
moving
NBA draft talk. The two most popular guys in the draft, Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey, man. What's the expectations you see for these two young fellas right here?
I ain't gonna lie, Cooper gonna be that dude. Like
I was about to say,
Man.
Cooper Flag.
He been cold
you
for
got
a
to
long
think about.
time.
Look, my man, I got a homie named Mag. He's from
Yeah,
Boston,
right.
and he had put me on this like thing. He had said it. I forgot exactly how to word it, but he basically called him like AK-47 2.0.
Yeah, Andre
With,
Karolinko.
with
Okay.
better handles.
Yes,
Okay.
shout out to Andre
right.
Karolinko.
Oh yeah,
legend.
AK-47.
Utah
I
legend.
fuck with you
AK-47
on
is
the
cold.
long
Utah
way
legend.
as a kid.
Utah
Pause.
Jazz legend
As
for
a
sure.
kid,
You
was
talking
my
about
You
dude.
was
intangibles?
cold on 2K, bro. I
Like,
ain't
You
gonna
talking
lie.
about intangibles,
He
bro?
was my dude.
He was a lot. He was cold with it.
He was
was
cold
my
on
dude
2K.
as a
He was putting
You were
dudes
definitely cold on
posters
2K
and
for
all
sure.
that, boy.
For sure. He was
You
definitely cold on
remember
2K.
For sure.
I used to enjoy watching him play, like,
Yeah.
cause Deron Williams,
Yeah,
Illinois.
D-Will. Shout
I
out to
followed him
D-Will.
from there.
He will for sure.
Yeah, shout out D-Will. That's my. I don't know what the hell happened to you.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't know, man.
one day you know how to
Yeah.
play basketball, and then the Monstars
Right.
just whooped your ass
For
and took
real,
your power
D-Will
away.
was a
Monstars
monster.
is
That's just
crazy.
another.
It was a debate
conversation for
between
another day.
D-Will and CP3.
Oh, it was a real
But
debate. Who was the
AK-47,
best?
you was my dude. You used to run
sure.
with him perfectly.
Him and Boozer.
And I think
Boozer, yep. See, Boozer.
yeah.
yeah.
No, hold on.
Nah, Utah Boozer.
Hey,
was
Utah
cold, bro.
Boozer was decent though.
He was
Boozer
cold.
was very
Don't do that,
offensively
G.
gifted.
I don't know what
Boozer
happened,
was
but-
very offensively gifted, but
Yeah.
if y'all think Cat is a cone on defense,
Oh yeah,
He
y'all
was
must
on
have
me.
never
never-
seen Boozer
but-
play
but y'all-
basketball.
Hold on. Look, I remember him
Hey,
at Duke.
yo.
He didn't play defense in college either.
Man.
So I've
Yeah,
seen
he
it. I'm
did
like,
at Duke. He
he's
was
just gonna
trash.
be a great scoring
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
Absolutely. For sure.
four.
But I ain't
Like
gonna-
that's it.
I was so mad at the Bulls, bro. Like,
It's crazy.
Don't do that. Don't do that because you know what was supposed to happen.
We were
that
supposed
summer.
to get Brian.
Don't
and-
do that.
and Wade.
You know what was supposed to happen that
yeah,
summer.
but
though.
And
they
they
ain't
reneged.
want to come off niggas
They
like
redid.
dang.
G, you know what
No, them
happened.
niggas ain't reneged. The Bulls didn't want to come off niggas like
That was
dang.
Reinsdorf, man.
That was
Reinsdorf.
Ryan, exactly. That was Ryan.
Yeah,
We
bro,
ain't
like-
forget.
That was Ryan's though. We never
Look,
forgot about
We
that.
ain't forget, bro.
We supposed to have a dynasty.
like Jerry.
That was
Let me
supposed to be
get this
Dynasty 2.0.
Sell the team, man.
Please
sell
sell
the team.
Sell the White Sox too, because I am a White Sox fan.
No, they
okay?
did.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
sold them.
Oh, they
They
did. That's
sold
right.
it.
That's right.
Definitely.
Okay. White Sox all day though.
Nah, it's
real.
Cubbies.
Yeah, it's
but,
Cubbies,
Hey, well,
man.
it's I'm
North
still-
side, North Pole all day.
There is still a loyal White Sox fan.
when y'all winning, I rock with y'all.
yeah,
But
I'm,
you know how
I'm
it
a
go.
loyal White Sox hater. And I'm gonna
It's okay.
I'm gonna let America know this right now. There's no better feeling in my motherfucking stomach and in my soul than
Man.
to see the White Sox losing and the Cubs the first in their
Cubs-
division.
Cubs are
first
doing
place
good.
right now.
Number 3 in the
They
power
are. They-
rankings.
Yes, we
They-
in first
they
place
are.
in
They're-
the
Number
NL
3
Central.
in
They
the
are.
power rankings.
Yes.
So,
Shout out
like,
to the Cubs,
cooking.
man.
Yeah.
See, I give flowers.
Go Cubs, go.
I'm
Let's
not
get it.
one of those.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna give the White
It's
Sox
okay.
not a
I get it, though.
flower, bro. They
Man,
said
they've
not
been
a-
trash for so many for the
I don't
last
care if
few.
they end up getting
They've been
good.
terrible, bro.
Didn't we
fuck-
lose 100 games last year?
Yeah,
we're just gonna
119.
move on from that.
119. I had
the exact
119
number is
reasons
crazy
to
though.
smile.
That is wild. Okay,
ain't-
we're gonna stay on topic.
Definitely. But
Killing my White Sox right now.
we gonna go right into Ace
Oh,
Bailey
man.
next, man. What you think his ascension
Oh,
gonna be?
man. Yo,
I ain't gonna lie. I think that's all media hype. Shorty
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
He gonna be cool.
he definitely gonna be
He
good.
said
gonna
he
be a
want to go
problem.
somewhere that he could thrive, that he could be him.
Absolutely.
And I think he's in that perfect spot. You think of what Keontae is that his name?
Keontae George.
yeah.
Keontae
They
George.
just
yep.
He's
like-
solid. I like him.
Yeah.
Look
Keontae
how
George,
how
yeah.
Colin Sexton was able to get himself together out there,
Yeah,
And they just lost
They-
Colin
they
Sexton to
just moved on
Charlotte
from him.
and
it's not a
Jordan
loss.
Clarkson.
It's
So,
not a loss. They did. I think
Yeah.
they did what they set out to do.
absolutely.
I think they did what they set out to do, and they got what they were supposed to get out of him. And honestly, if Colin Sexton isn't over there, I don't think Keontae George excels as fast as he did.
Yeah, because he
I
had a
don't
great
think he
season this
developed
past year.
as fast
He had
as
a great
he
year.
did.
I agree with that.
And that's just my take, because Shorty came out of nowhere with that, and she's nice.
Yeah,
But
he cool.
if you think of his game and you watch him go downhill and things of that sort, it mirrors what the fuck Colin Sexton was doing.
yeah.
Definitely.
So like, in a way, I think without him, them point guards over there wasn't excelling the way they did.
Yeah, they wasn't.
Like, he most definitely put that on notice. Shout out to Jordan Clarkson as well.
Yeah.
Jordan
He's
Clarkson's
a really
my
good
guy. Shout out
talent.
to Jordan
He's a really good
Clarkson.
underappreciated
Very
talent.
solid.
And speaking
Always
of Jordan
solid.
Clarkson, we gonna definitely segue right into where he will be next. Right, piggyback right into this conversation. He will be a New York Knick. He probably will be their bench guy, spark off the
They
bench.
needed that.
That's exactly what
Speaking
they
of the
needed.
New York Knicks, Mike Brown is the new head coach
that
of the
official?
New York Knicks. Yes,
That's
that is official.
official.
That's
Mike
stupid as
Brown is
fuck.
the, yes. Shout out to Tibbs, man. They
Shout
did you
out to
dirty,
Tibbs.
man.
Y'all shouldn't have fired him.
Y'all
Fuck
did Tibbs
Tibbs.
dirty. But
Fuck Tibbs.
at the
He
fire
destroyed
of
Are we
D-Rose.
still, I knew he was. I was about to say. Are we,
destroyed
hey,
D-Rose.
hold on.
Yes.
I was about to say. Are we still on the D Rose?
Yeah, bro, he broke my heart, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't
he-
gonna lie to
he
you.
definitely destroyed
Hey,
D-Rose,
look,
man.
I'll flatten all his tires. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like.
let me tell y'all the real reason
like,
why Thibodeau got fired. Let's get
Insane.
right to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
Do
facts.
not make adjustments, bruh.
Yeah.
Many times
Nah.
throughout that Indiana Pacers
You don't listen
series,
either.
you do not make adjustments.
he-
You
this
don't listen
man
either.
had Karl Anthony Towns sitting on the bench, bro, when they needed him in the game.
I ain't gonna fly with you, bro.
It's like, bro,
that series, bro.
that series was
Shorty.
flawed as hell.
It
man.
was.
Like, it's crazy.
Shorty, I think I had Cap for like 8-9 rebounds.
No, don't do that. We going back to the bench. G. Don't
Yeah,
do
bro.
that.
Bro, no,
We
but
not-
look, because I
No,
don't
Cat
blame, I'm not
definitely sold
blaming
a lot
the
of
player
people,
in
man.
this situation.
No. It's the coach. No, I know where
Yeah.
you're going.
And it's down the
I know
stretch.
exactly
You
where
have
you
to
going.
make adjustments.
And he on the
Down-
bench.
And this
have
motherfucker's
to.
on the
On the-
bench,
I
shorty, and
told
I'm
you.
like,
Bro,
What is you doing?
son.
every time,
son.
every time the Knicks made a run, Rick Carlisle, beep, timeout.
Timeout.
He put
Yep.
Neb Hart.
I ain't gonna lie.
knees
Shout out to
Yeah.
Rick, because
Bro,
when he
Rick
came on the
Carlisle
market,
made
I wanted him to
adjustments.
become the Bulls' next coach
Yes.
so bad.
Hall of
bro.
Fame Rick Carlisle.
Still want him to
Definitely.
be the Bulls' coach.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Rick Carlisle.
I have all the
Yes.
respect for Rick
Shout out
Carlisle.
to Rick
NBA
Carlisle.
champion Rick
That's
Look what he
Carlisle.
did with Dirk,
Oh, yeah.
JJ Barrera,
Yeah.
The first year Bron and them was together.
Jason Terry, and them.
Exactly.
That run
Tyson
was
Chandler.
remarkable. You
Yup.
swept Kobe.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on.
That within itself.
They beat Bron,
is a
Wade,
flex.
and Bosh.
You swept
This is
Kobe.
the
That's
first
a-
year.
spanked
Like,
Bron
That's a
and
flex
Wade.
within
Yes.
itself. You sweep Kobe.
Dirk
that's
had
a-
one
Now,
of the
mind
greatest
you,
playoff
I ain't gonna lie.
runs
You woke
ever.
up. You woke LeBron the fuck up after that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, he
because
turned
the
Tyrese
next
Halliburton into a
3-4
superstar. bro.
years,
Yeah.
Bron was played at a level that
Oh
I've
yeah,
never.
he went crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
agree
think
with
we'll
that.
ever
I
see
agree.
again. Like,
Yes.
like he, man, he.
And I just want to put out there. I'm not. I don't want to say a Bron. I used to be a Bron hater,
Right.
but I give Bron his props. You know,
Respect.
for sure.
We
I
definitely
mean,
got to
I don't
respect
think-
what he did for the game.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a Bron fan, then he didn't come to Chicago. Then I just started hating. I ain't
He
gonna
just
lie.
He
busted
said I
our
just
ass in the
started hating.
playoffs.
Like,
I was hating before that. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
just instantly, as soon
I
as
was,
I was
fan of
hating
Bron.
before
That
that.
man-
I'm gonna
that
be
man
real.
sat up in
I was hating before that.
he sat up in
Cleveland
front of the
Brown
camera
was
and
a
said,
monster, bro. Him
"I'm
and
gonna take my
Kyrie.
tenant."
See,
I'm gonna
wait,
take
hold
my
on, wait,
tennis
When
out.
he went back.
Hold on.
When he went
with
back.
the,
Wait.
with the
You
Miami
see
Heat.
this?
Man, I was throwing everything around the crib.
This
man,
is-
this mother.
That right there,
Son of
that
a-
whole taking my
sure.
talents,
Yeah.
I was not with that.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm
he
not
killed-
even.
You got a whole hour special.
I was
on
mad
ESPN.
for Cleveland
What
when
are
they
you
was
doing?
burning
No.
his jersey, and I'm like, yeah, burn that
Right.
shit.
Burn that
Hey,
motherfucker. That's
whole
what I was
time,
saying.
I'm a Chicago's Bulls fan. I
Right.
wanted him to come play with D Rose.
The next
Right,
year,
yeah.
D
Facts,
I'm
Rose
glad
right,
he
yeah.
gonna play with
Heat.
D Rose. But then I
Cooking
found out
niggas
like
like-
D Wade actually had everybody set on going to Chicago.
He did.
It's that guard Paxson shit that
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah,
they
yep,
the
they
ones
dropped
that
They
the
wasn't
ball.
trying to spend that
They
bag.
dropped the ball.
Yeah, they
being
wasn't.
cheap.
Don't
not
want to,
pay.
and I love Luol Deng. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted.
Shout out to Luau, man.
Like,
Shout out to Luol Deng.
Luol
for real.
Joakim, what
Shout
up?
out,
But
shout out.
this is a business, son.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm getting you out of there.
Big market too.
Yeah.
This is a big market.
And you didn't want to go pay.
This would have been a perfect, bro. We
You
would have
wanna
had
go
at least
pay-
3 or 4 championships.
For
in
sure.
the
I think they had
National
said
Center.
something in the sort of like they didn't want to pay.
They didn't
Bosh.
want to get into the luxury tax.
The-
That's
It was
what
Bosh.
it was.
It
They
was
didn't want
Bosh,
to pay
too.
Bosh.
They didn't want to
Yeah.
pay Bosh.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I would,
It was
bro, I would
Bosh.
have gave
What?
Bosh whatever he wanted, bro. Whoever was on the
Bro,
team.
what you want, bro?
I'm
What?
giving y'all what y'all want.
What do
bro.
you want? We
If
throwing
I-
it. We
if
throwing
that
it
means
your
I'm
way.
getting
We can
D-Wade,
win. Like
If
that's
that
the
means
point.
I'm getting
Like,
D Wade and LeBron to play with D Rose, bro, that would have been a nastier dynasty.
And
than what
Joakim
the-
would've been
than
our
what
five.
KD
What's the
is.
record? What did we lose? 7 games?
Bro,
They
you probably would have lost
6,
like
5
15, 20
games.
games, bro.
Yeah, because you got to think about you got to
Bro,
be like
I ain't
realistic.
gonna
So
the
yeah,
East wasn't that
realistic.
crazy
Bro,
at
the
the
only
time,
games
bro.
they was losing was games where they sat out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Boston and Orlando was
You
the
not
only
losing.
That's
teams
it,
that
yeah.
was
Bro,
our
you
comp.
got D-Wade, D-Rose, and LeBron going out there every
That's
night.
nasty.
I don't even care about Chris Bosh at that
Nasty.
point. Or Joakim Noah. You got D-Wade,
Yeah.
D-Rose,
And
and
LeBron,
LeBron going
right.
out there every
Bosh
night.
would have been a double-double
I
machine.
don't
Literally.
I don't
Easy.
think what's his name would have liked that.
Rose, right?
Really?
D Rose, no D Rose.
I don't think LeBron would have.
LeBron.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was going to benefit
Ego.
him.
I know.
But you got to realize it was going to benefit him in the championship
You
run.
wouldn't have had
Like,
man.
see, he wouldn't have been that.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
look,
yeah,
And I give you that.
it would have took pressure off of him because then he like, damn, I don't got to go crazy like in Cleveland.
Exactly.
He had to do everything in
D-Rose-
Cleveland.
literally-
He
literally
would have
was
came
a
here.
different
He
animal.
would
Rose
have
was
had
like, yo,
another
I got
ascending
this.
star. And
Rose
then
was
you
like,
got
yo, I got
Wade
this.
there.
Let me take
And then
it.
it's like,
Look,
okay, cool. I could
I always tell people,
facilitate,
like-
set everybody up, and go crazy.
T-Mac was my favorite player growing up.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I
But
respect that.
All
right.
time, it's always gonna be D-Rose. I've
Oh,
never,
yeah.
I've,
I've never
Shout out to
seen.
D-Rose,
I've never
man.
seen a
Real
guy
MVP.
his.
I seen a
Size,
game. I think,
height,
I seen a high
everything.
school game where I think he was playing or something.
Bro, he was at Simeon,
You know,
bro.
I used to fuck around with like the little AAUs and shit, but
Yeah.
I was never on the squad and shit because I
Right.
was always. doing
Yeah,
some
I'm
fuck
already
shit.
We
knowing
good.
us.
We good. You good. You good. Joe.
So like I seen the one game and I was just like,
Simeon D Rose
Like
was
Shorty
a
cold
problem.
as hell,
boy.
right?
I'm like,
right.
All the time.
I'm
Yeah,
asking
I
my
used to
homie,
go to
I'm
games.
Who is he? Like
Like, who
and
is
they
Shorty?
like, that's
Yeah.
Derrick Rose. You don't know who that is, bro?
Bro,
Like,
he used to be in the game,
I
double
think he's
clutching
like
on
a
the
junior at
fast
the
break,
time.
bro.
I'm like, I know they were playing Ordo, and I'm just like, they were destroying.
I remember the year
Bro, my
I
homie-
went.
They
my
were
homie
destroying
went to school
them,
with
bro.
him.
Like,
I remember the
same
year
grade,
they
everything.
played Oak Hill. This was like probably like 07, 08.
I know what you're talking about.
He played This when Brandon Jennings was like
Yeah,
one of
buddy.
the top niggas. You know, Brandon Jennings be talking
Ooh,
crazy
Yes.
now. Like D Rose.
Shout out to Brandon Jennings though.
Yeah,
Bro,
shout out to Gilbert
You got
Arenas and all
cooked
them
that
guys,
game,
bro.
shorty.
D
You
Rose
got
was
cooked that
giving you
game.
that work.
I'm
boy.
tired of y'all shouting out these weak ass niggas, bro.
I'm just saying, but nah, you know they be talking crazy.
No,
like
they do be
wasn't
talking
getting
crazy.
I'm
barbecued,
gonna
bro.
look dead at the camera.
They do be
Brandon,
Shout out to Derrick
you
Rose,
talk too
man.
much shit for a nigga that had only one good
You
year.
had
in
one
the
good
league,
year,
bro.
my boy.
You was
Mr.
like,
Teague.
You
you
was ass
Kwame
cheeks.
Brown.
This is
You-
true, sir.
You was a point guard's Kwame Brown, and it's like
You was cheeks,
You
bro.
want all
Like-
this respect for one good year. That 55-point game
That
that you
was
had
it.
in your
That's
rookie
it.
season, like bro, you wasn't even a shell of
You
yourself.
was not
after
an
that,
all
because
NBA guy, bro.
You
Like
saying in
chill,
a small town, and you telling me you got no better?
relax.
Like you got
Chill
no
out, shorty.
Like you
Chill,
got no
shorty.
better in all that time.
Right, right,
You
right.
are
No,
the
facts,
biggest
yeah.
disappointment to walk through Milwaukee.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you.
But we gonna get right into a hot topic in the basketball world right now. Let's get right into this Malik Beasley betting situation,
my
man.
It's over. with,
You
shit.
gotta be the stupidest
cooked.
motherfucker
He is
I ever
cooked.
seen, bro. He was going to get a 4-year, $45 million
about to get that
extension with the
bag.
Detroit Pistons.
Nigga like $9 million in debt for like.
That's
Bro,
crazy. That is wild.
I just heard yesterday. They said he owed his barber like $26,000.
I seen that, yeah.
I said, how do you
How you owe your barber 26 racks, shorty?
Hey,
bands,
Greg,
man?
What is
bro.
you doing,
Hey,
shorty?
Malik,
Greg,
man.
What is
slap
you doing with your
yourself,
money,
bro.
shorty?
Oh, fuck
You in
that.
the D.
I'm
What is
hollering
you
at my
doing,
barber
shorty?
now, Greg, why I can't run
Right.
up a tab like this, bro? I
$26,000
know
for
I'm
a cut.
good for it, gang.
That's
Like,
wild.
that's
26K is
crazy.
crazy
I just
work.
seen a
That's
stat
fucking
in
diabolical.
Houston. They said they got this thing where you can pay like $150 for the month and you get like 4 haircuts throughout the month.
I'm not gonna go cut my
I ain't
hair
even
4
finna
times.
do all that, bro. Like,
Right, I'm not
you
doing
gonna
all
probably
that.
get
That's a
me
little
2
excessive.
cuts through-
You gonna fuck
throughout
up my
the
lining,
month.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
I
You
don't
gonna
even
be
think
looking like
my shit.
Stephen A. around this
Yeah, bro. Like, I think that's too much.
That
That's
is.
crazy, bro.
I would
I
say
still
3.
pay $40
Three,
for a
I would
cut,
say
45,
3, even though I
50.
normally use 2.
Right, facts.
Yeah.
right.
I would say 3 knowing
I'm doing 2
Exactly.
for sure. 2 for sure.
At least 2
Two
for
for
the
sure.
month.
And I put the,
Sure.
the little thing. I put it at like 125 or something
Yeah,
like that.
definitely.
Like, I would put it at 125 for 3 because at that point you getting like 160, 180 with
Yeah.
the cuts and shit.
Right.
For,
Say
for
if you got to
125.
run to a little event or you got, get
Right,
fresh
you
for
could-
work,
Yeah.
you're straight to go. So,
Yeah.
But
what's y'all thoughts on these players getting locked up for betting? You seen Michael Porter Jr., brother. He doing time right now.
He
Now
locked
this
up?
idiot.
Yeah, he locked up.
Yeah,
You ain't
John
locked
T.
up?
Porter. He doing
That
time.
boy's out of there. He's out of there. You ain't
Bro,
know that?
The craziest
That boy
thing,
out of there, shorty.
everybody watching
They
at
got
home,
his ass.
if you play professional sports, do not get caught
Don't.
betting on yourself because
Please.
they will check the stats,
Yes.
check your
And
background.
they always always watching.
I'ma
they
tell you
always
this
For
right
sure.
watching.
They always watching.
The
for sure.
FBI
I
run
can't wait
these
to give me
sports,
an
bro.
NBA homie, folks. I ain't
Bro,
gonna lie to you.
Bro.
I can't wait to give me
Shorty,
a homie
I'm taking
in
This
the
dude,
I'm
Jonte
taking you
Porter,
under, Shorty. Like
under the flow, Shorty.
Jonte Porter was playing for the Toronto Raptors last season. This is when this was happening last season.
Go
He
by
was
10.
betting on the under on himself, and he barely got playing time. So you
This
know the
is
under was
wild,
cashing
yo.
out. So it's
of
like
course, yeah,
it's crazy,
Y'all
bro.
seen that clip when he hit a three and was mad as shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that.
This
That was a dead giveaway right
That
there.
was crazy, man.
Malik's dead giveaway was when Giannis blocked that three.
I
and did
see-
the shot.
yes.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
see how mad he was? He probably had
yeah.
that bag on that bitch, folks. Of
course
it
he
was
did.
the last second three.
Oh
Probably
my
had
God.
the
Giannis like,
spread.
nope.
He
Man.
probably had him for 4 threes live.
Yeah.
All type of shit.
Giannis
and,
messed
and
the
Giannis
whole
just come
Giannis
joint
and
up.
Giannis
the
come
whole
do this.
Right.
After he
parlay,
blocked,
boy.
he like,
That
man,
let you know.
I swear to God, I have 4 of them slide on you and put 2 in the back of your head, folks. Like
Crazy
that's how
work.
Malik looked at him.
Right,
like, "Fuck, I
facts. He
swear to
looked at
God,
him
I
like,
have broken
Shorty,
the slide
this is
down
not
on
what you
bro."
want to do, Shorty.
That's a
Don't
fact.
do this.
Like, you
Oh, God.
shimmying like I ain't just lose about 80K on this
I
shit.
just
bro.
lost
Like,
my
I
bag off
I
you,
just put
Shorty.
50 on
Bag
this
for
and
the
bring
month.
back
Literally for the
436,000 and y'all you
Man.
gonna shimmy above me?
Yes,
Bro,
sir.
I'll realize put my next check on your forehead.
Hey,
bro.
all
God.
you youngins, let me give a PSA right now.
shit.
All you young kids coming up, do not bet on yourself
Don't
if you
do
make
that.
it to
Please
the pros.
don't do that.
This is
Follow
this
the
is-
rule book.
Please
I
don't
got
do that.
something
This is a
else.
learning lesson.
To all you young jits that's coming up getting the NIL deals and everything, manage your money. Manage it better.
Please.
Real
Yes,
life
sir.
practice financial literacy
Yes.
right now. It'll
Learn
really
all
take
of
you
it,
very far in
please.
life. Like, be smart with your money. Because now you
Absolutely.
can start getting paid coming out of, like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
They can hit you with an NIL deal if you that cold in high school.
Man.
Be
Junior,
smart.
senior year.
Be
Absolutely.
smart. That's all I'm gonna ask.
smart
That's
about
all I'm gonna say.
Definitely.
Because with that money comes a lot of shit, as you can
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
And
Where
to chase
there's the
that-
reward is worth the reward. So
Like,
you definitely
facts.
got to remember
you
that.
can see it's like crack. Like they feel like they get that money for the first time. They just get that. Look at Malik Beasley, folks. He never had
that
he
shit.
never had a contract like Giannis and none of them, but he was living like he did.
Yeah, he was a solid player.
How the fuck
right
you
Like
wanna
how
put
you messed that bag
$24,000
up, bro.
tab with your like is all your haircuts $1,000?
And his haircuts don't even be that fresh.
Like,
Nah.
you
You
getting a line? You
Like,
getting a line?
we seen
with
the
a
game.
with a
Afro
low
taper. I can
yeah,
see
with
shit
a
was
low
naive.
taper, shorty
You know
and a
what I'm saying?
sponge.
Like, yeah.
And you owe him
Tripping.
54K or 24K, whatever the
You
it is.
just living above your means at
Literally,
that point, man.
Hey,
literally.
Greg, once again,
What
like,
is you
what's
doing
going on,
in
bro?
What is Malik Beasley doing in Detroit? Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
you doing way too
Folks
much.
was out
I
there
got
dog
people
food.
real talk.
42 Doug and them was up there getting up with him.
Babyface
That's-
Ray and all
that's
that.
what it was.
That's
Right,
what you
right.
His
Babyface
ass
Ray and them.
kicking
Yeah,
the skill
I
of
swear
that is
that's
ass.
42
Facts.
Doug and them too
T
much.
Grizzly, like he tripping.
And it's crazy. You got more money than them, but they
Yeah.
maintaining their shit. Like
Yeah.
they smart.
And
They
you out here fucking up.
Real
like
talk.
you just get the money and blow it. Invest in yourself in something, bro.
Absolutely.
Please do. Please.
Like,
But we definitely gonna get into some quick boxing talk, man. You know, we got a lot of heavyweight dope matchups coming up. September 13th is going down.
Bud finna beat
Terrence
the fuck out
Crawford
that
versus
man.
Canelo.
Yeah, you know he
What's
is.
y'all thoughts,
Bud
man?
finna beat the fuck
It's
out
over
that
with.
man.
I
Ain't
think
nothing to
Bud
talk
is
about. He
going.
finna beat the shit
Bud
out
is
of
gonna
him.
win that
For sure.
I got Bud winning
Give me
that.
Bud
sure
by,
Bud finna
by,
do
the,
that.
by
I
the
bet the
decision, by
money
the
line on
points.
Bud.
You already see you already on the parlay shit. You already on
Nah,
the bag shit.
I'm taking Bud, bro.
I'm gonna give people what I.
He definitely
me
gonna
tell y'all
KO
something,
for sure.
man.
KO.
You don't think gonna KO?
I don't
Bud
think he'll
is
You
KO.
think think about the points, right? That's what you
I
think
think he
about the
gonna beat the
points.
shit out
Bud
of
is
him.
one of
though.
the best counterpunch defensive fighters,
Yeah,
bro.
like-
If you look at the Errol Spence fight,
Yeah.
he was counterpunching the whole time, bro.
That was a good
Lumping
fight,
that
though.
man
I ain't
up.
gonna lie. I felt so
It
great
was
being right
crazy.
about that one. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew Bud was gonna win
I
that.
felt so great being right about that one.
The Spence
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a house full of Spence niggas.
yes.
fight. For real?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Everybody- the whole world
So
was
you
speaking
definitely
with Spence.
I'm
feel
on the
good
couch
about
like
that,
this.
Joe did.
I'm
You
on the
seen
couch
them
like
knock
this.
him
And
out?
I'm smoking that
No.
weed.
Like,
I'm drinking
yeah.
that
You
liquor.
Don't crash, shorty.
Fight started. They bro. You about to
Absolutely.
get his ass by round 3.
It was a wrap, bro.
I'm sitting over there looking at the house. You alright?
Yeah, everybody.
You
was
cool?
Motherfuckers worried,
yeah,
shorty.
checking
They worried.
tickets,
You
like,
straight?
They worried.
Hey, man, dog, man.
Right.
Look, folks, man, by the end of that, man, folks beat the Doc Mix stuff was out that boy. I ain't
Man,
gonna
the
lie to
booger
you.
out that man, boy.
Man, beat Booger Sugar out there, man. Hey,
is.
Errol,
I can see it,
this ain't
though.
nothing
Yeah.
against you. I think you a hell of a boxer.
I think it's a wrap for Errol though.
I
man.
think you a I think he.
Shit,
It's
he
a
might
wrap.
get KO'd. I ain't
Yeah, it's a
gonna lie.
wrap.
I ain't gonna lie. The ass whooping.
I
he
really
took,
think he gonna get KO'd.
But let's
For
get
sure.
right into the next fight
Home.
that happened back in March. Javante Tank Davis versus Lamar
Tank.
Rose Part 2. What y'all
Tank.
think about this one, man?
Tank.
Tank, you
Tank.
lost that first
Tank.
fight, bro.
You
I'm
did.
not
You
letting
really
get
didn't
off.
lose that.
You lost that
You
one.
really didn't
I'm
lose the
gonna
first
say
fight.
this.
What's y'all thoughts, man?
I'm gonna say this. Tank. It can't go to the Cards. It can't
sure.
go to the judges.
Tank, you gonna have to knock
Yeah,
him
the
out.
judges
bro.
definitely smoked
Like
that
you're gonna
last
have
fight,
to
bro.
like I'm
In my
gonna need
opinion,
like
You gonna have to do him like
can't-
you did
in
Frank
my
Davis.
opinion,
I
you're
agree.
the better
Facts.
boxer. In my opinion, you're the better boxer. Now I need you to go out there and show that this
He
time.
got to.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what
You've
messed
been
Tank
too
up?
cocky for the past.
He
for the
messed
past
up
couple
his trainers.
years.
Yeah.
Like I think Frank Martin.
you say he switched trainers?
He switched trainers at the
Yeah,
last
I ain't know
minute.
that. I ain't
Yeah.
know that. I ain't know that.
He ain't with dude no more.
Yeah.
He hated what the Mayweather shit happened.
Yeah.
He wasn't focused when he fought him, and he damn near won still.
Absolutely.
So now that he focused, he gonna knock his ass out.
I agree.
Like
That's
He
why I
better-
said KO.
I'm on
He
Tank's
better than
side.
KO.
I'm on
Roach
Tank's,
knows
I'm on Tank's
how
side.
he
I ain't
box,
gonna lie to
so
you. I'm on
he's
Tank's
on
side. I want him to win, but it's like my dog.
I think Roach,
Don't
I
ever,
ain't gonna lie,
don't
I
ever
ain't
do no
sleeping
shit
on him.
like that again.
Yeah.
He wasn't on my parlay or nothing, but don't ever do no
He
shit
took
like
a
that
knee.
again.
Like,
That was wild.
he took
No,
a knee and they didn't even
I'll
count
be
it.
real.
Fuck
I
the
was
knee.
not
He got his
expecting
ass
that.
whooped through that
He got
fight.
beat
If you
in that
watch
fight,
that
bro.
fight, he was getting his ass whooped. Now
He got beat up.
I
for
ain't
real.
gonna say he ain't fight back, and it wasn't a good fight.
Yeah.
But Roach was putting the beats on
Hey,
that
Roach
boy.
was
was,
putting them
for
hands
sure,
on
for
you.
sure.
He was, bro. He was
sure.
tagging him for
It's
sure.
one of them.
straight,
It's
for
one of them
sure.
situations like it's that nigga from the hood that everybody like.
Yeah.
He got that name.
Yeah.
But it's that unknown nigga that just came through and just. But the nigga from the hood with the name, he fought decent still because he could hold his own. He
For
got
sure.
hands too.
Right,
but
right,
it's an unknown
right,
nigga that just came and really put paws all over your ass.
Right. Nobody knew
Facts.
Roach from a
Motherfuckers
can
from
of
the
paint,
hood
boy.
to
Facts.
save your
Yeah, no,
name,
for real.
they gonna be like, man, that was a tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tie. But we know that unknown nigga just.
And this fight will be happening
He
in
just did
Vegas
that
too.
to you,
Just
bro.
for all
Like, he
y'all
just-
out
he
there,
just
it's going
put
down
hands
in
and
Vegas.
paws
Oh
all
yeah,
over.
Vegas for sure.
Shout out to Vegas for sure. But definitely make sure y'all like, rate, subscribe to the podcast,
Please,
The
guys,
Storyteller
do
Studio.
all of
We
that.
thank y'all for definitely
y'all.
tapped in with us, man. Appreciate everybody out there that's been showing love and asking me when the podcast dropping, the podcast dropping. Well, it's dropping now. We tapped in, we locked in.
That's right.
But we about to close out with one more segment. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes, the hottest
I'm already
shit
smiling.
talked about.
I'm already smiling.
Diddy.
That's crazy.
Let's get right to it, man. Diddy
Diddy,
verdict went down
Oh,
yesterday.
man. We
He was
gonna-
not
Diddler.
guilty,
We're gonna have a part two.
but
of
he
this
was
'cause
still
we
be
definitely
doing
have a
some
part two
time.
of this.
Well, we definitely
It
gonna
ain't
come back on
enough
the
time
next
to
episode.
talk
Yeah,
about
this is
Diddy,
we're
bro.
gonna
We gonna
do a
a
part
quick
two.
brief
for sure.
summary of what y'all think about Diddy verdict, man.
They done fucked up by letting that man out. I ain't,
That man
well,
is
he
out
ain't
here.
out.
He ain't out.
He ain't out,
He ain't
but
out. Let's
I
be
ain't gonna
clear.
lie. Him beating all them charges.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. And the crazy part is
Hey,
he
Ciroc,
had Young
Ciroc,
Thug's
watch your back,
attorney.
niggas.
Shout
Y'all
out to Brian
started this.
Steele,
You beat me
man.
to it, nigga.
Ciroc, watch y'all back,
Fucking beat me
niggas.
to it.
Deleon.
Talk about
I'm
Ciroc.
gonna tell y'all right now.
Don't
Watch
drink
y'all
that
back,
Deleon.
shorty.
Johnson and Johnson. Sue that
Man.
nigga. No,
Hey, yeah.
That
chill.
baby
I'm
on
definitely
was
saying,
crazy.
hey boy, he finna slide on you niggas, folks.
Facts.
No
Shorty
baby
gonna
boy,
y'all
shorty
take
finna
that.
slide on you niggas.
You put a slide on your hoes.
Hey,
For real.
hey, he finna make what happened to Kid Cudi Card look like,
Bro,
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
crazy, bro.
like a small
you
demonstration.
funny.
But
yo.
did y'all
That's
see
crazy.
that Cassie? Let me get me right to the shits, bro.
Hey,
Fuck
Cassie
all this.
better- Cassie
Cassie,
better
you
hide it.
gotta relax, bro. You got paid $20 to $30 million for pain and suffering, but you was complicit to doing all these freak offs with this
Definitely.
man, and now you trying to get this man to stay in jail.
Stay in jail.
He been locked up for 10 months. He been away from his family. He been away from his kids. You got what you wanted. Why is you trying
Got
to
your
do
bread,
extra shit,
everything.
going to the lawyer, typing up all this info, talking about, oh, he's a threat. I'm scared for my life. You wasn't saying that when you was doing the freak off, so it's like, what's up?
Hold on,
Participate
hold
in
on.
all
It's
of that.
like
Let's keep
willingly.
it like we
All
know
right,
she
let me-
went
willingly
into some shit.
participating in
Go
all
ahead.
of that.
Let me answer
Go
that
ahead,
one.
go
I
ahead, break
mean,
it down.
If you snitch on the motherfucker and they beat that case, ain't you gonna be a little worried when you get
Definitely.
So like, she's a woman.
Yeah.
And she just
absolutely.
She just told on the motherfucker. She was very scared.
Did
Like,
A high
Right.
powered
the
person,
feds
bro.
probably sold to her like, we got this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Of course they
And-
did. That's the only
and-
once
and
he
the
said
fact that
something.
she
Let's
kept
let's
They locked in.
keep it a
She
bean.
kept
For
hearing,
sure.
not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, and she probably, oh my fucking god.
They finally
cooked.
got him.
I'm-
Like he there.
I'm
Like,
fucked.
I'm cooked,
Thank
shorty.
you, Lord.
I'm
Like,
cooked.
If he get out, I'm
Yes.
I'm
fucked.
cooked. Yeah,
Yes.
she like, yo, I'm
Cause
cooked.
somehow, some way, he
Yes.
gonna get back at me for this.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Like, and it's probably not gonna lead to him.
Yes.
And that's gonna be the scariest part.
Yes.
Like,
And I'm not on Diddy's side at all.
No,
For
no, no.
everybody
None of us.
watching.
No, we're not.
For any women out there going through
Yeah,
that,
we're not-
prayers to
we're not
y'all.
doing that,
Like
no.
we all about women empowerment and
real,
taking
for
care
sure.
of black women and black queens for
I'm
sure.
all
Like
about what's right.
don't
and
think
what's
about
not
it.
right. And
Right
I
is
don't-
right
I
and
don't-
wrong is
I don't
wrong.
think
Right is right,
Cassie
wrong
was
is
right
right.
in that situation because she most definitely was with that shit.
Yeah, she was
Absolutely.
involved
If you
with all of
ask
that.
me, I think she was with that shit till she wasn't.
I agree.
I agree 1,000%.
Yes,
And,
sir.
For sure.
When she wasn't anymore, now it's starting to look like, oh, this shit is so wrong. And whoop, no, you was with that shit, baby.
Yeah,
At some
definitely.
point, you was with
Right,
that shit.
for sure.
All right, you just as weird as he is. no matter what you got going on, like you was out of that shit fucking with another man, texting him talking about
At the same time,
Right,
messing
same
with
shit,
Kid
right,
Cudi.
same
Shout
time,
out.
right.
Yeah, it's
how you
crazy.
missing them freak offs, and this is gonna be our last freak off and shit like that. Like when you was already about the
Right,
shit, like
for sure.
we can
And
call
I
that-
think-
we can call that battle bitch syndrome, Stockholm syndrome, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. But I don't even think it was that. I think that's.
I think
that's
the
something that
the
you
success,
genuinely liked. I think he just took it. I think one of them freak offs or
Yeah.
something. It was an instance. where
Something
he,
like
and they
You
was
know what I
high,
mean?
bro. They was
Far.
getting
Yeah.
high,
I think
doing
it was
crazy
something that
shit.
made it. He took it too far one time, and that's what made her not fuck
Okay,
with it.
like, right,
as,
yes.
I
as
agree.
much.
I could
but
definitely
think
see
she
that
was, I
happening,
think
though.
she was very much into that shit.
And
Of course.
also to piggyback on what you saying, I think when Diddy got with Young Miami, she was sitting on the sideline watching that shit like, damn, he putting her on songs, she getting her lit. He had award shows, she putting signs up for this.
I
nigga.
knew
like,
what was going
she
on
ain't
with
do
that
with
already.
me. Like,
Hey, look, no, I'm
gonna
gonna. Hey,
like,
listen,
come
I'm
on,
gonna
now, I'm finna give you a
no,
quick
look,
20,
I'm gonna be
30 million.
honest.
Like, come on
when,
now.
look, when I seen
Like,
that,
you gave me, you got everything that she got everything I wanted.
Yeah,
literally,
for sure.
Like that was obvious to anybody.
That's a real
that was paying
strong black
attention.
woman right there.
Respectfully.
For sure.
That's
Absolutely.
a real strong
sure.
black. You can see it in her soul when you watch her walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, real talk.
Do she get a little freaky and probably a little weird in that bed for sure? But if you think she was letting Diddy get away with 90% of that shit he was fucking
Man,
what the
and you
fuck
gotta
am I?
realize
She
Cassie
wasn't-
was
she wasn't
17
going.
when they got. She was young when they got
it was an
together.
opportunity
So he
for
basically
Diddy.
did some mind control
That's
shit
why he
on
did
her,
that.
trying to
Early in the
control
game,
her,
17,
and
18.
Young
freezing
Miami-
her
Yep.
career. She didn't. She made like one hit record
Young
out of the
Miami
time
is
they
a-
was together.
what she-
So
what, City Girl?
City
Yeah,
Girls,
shit.
yeah.
City
You
Girls.
You ain't taming.
you
that.
ain't messing
Nope.
with no Miami woman like
You
that.
ain't
They ain't
taming
going
that.
for
Nah,
that, boy.
If
right.
anything-
It's not
They
happening.
ain't
If
going
anything,
for that.
you gonna turn that into a madam. She
Absolutely.
She gonna be
Facts.
regulating all this shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
She gonna be regulating the fight. That's probably what she doing right now. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to put you on spot, baby. But I'm just saying, you probably
just
holding,
saying, we
you
just
probably
saying,
holding
that's
that
it.
shit the fuck down right
Real
now.
talk.
Like she give me them type
I could
of
definitely see
vibes,
that
like,
shit too, for real.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like
She just posted something recently that kind of confirmed that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
she did. I
That's
seen that.
why
I
I
seen
didn't
it.
see
I'm
that.
just- I'm just-
Crazy. I ain't even
Yeah.
see that.
But like
We
she,
knew what was
she's
going on,
built
man.
for that type of shit.
She is,
Cassie
though.
wasn't, and like he tried to groom her into that shit.
Yeah,
and,
but
and
she
just
wasn't.
wasn't-
She
she
wasn't
wasn't
with
she
it.
was
was,
built
shorty.
to be a participant of the freak offs.
Absolutely.
Now, Young Miami, she gonna regulate that shit. This bitch in this
She
room
right.
and this
Yup,
bitch in that room
yup,
and doing
yup.
entertaining this and doing that. That's
Right.
what she gonna like. Young
For
Miami,
sure.
it's a difference.
Definitely.
Like she give you like boss type vibe. And I ain't gonna say like super like, but boss like she gonna run
Right.
that shit instead
Yeah.
of being a part of it.
Yeah.
sure.
But definitely,
For sure.
man. We thank y'all for tuning in to
Appreciate
the
y'all, man.
Storyteller Podcast, episode 1. Shout out to everybody out there been showing love. Make sure y'all like, rate, subscribe on the YouTube channel. We gonna be back. Make sure y'all stay tuned to any updates we got. I'm doing some YouTube shorts for the upcoming weeks or the upcoming days.
For sure.
Tap in. Make sure y'all like, rate, subscribe. Hit me on Instagram at Banco Popular 33, as well as Facebook at Tevin Hemmings. And we gonna tap back in with y'all, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Have a good
Happy
holiday,
holidays,
guys.
man.
Have a good 4th.
Love.
Y'all be safe.
Peace.